Star Citizen patch 4.9 is here, and these are the 10 absolute best ships currently flyable in-game. Number 1, the Aegis Idris-P. The Peacekeeper, as it's known, was developed for civilian use and features 2 hangars capable of carrying a few small fighters or snubs. Whether it's exploration you're after or being at the center of the battlefield during large engagements like the new Tactical Strike Group missions, the Idris-P is the ultimate frigate that has everything from medical, heal and respawn facilities to PDC turrets for fending off small attackers brave or dumb enough to get close. Well, it would be the current best ship in Star Citizen if it wasn't for the military M variant. But very few people own the Idris M, plus the P is actually achievable in-game, whereas the M isn't. That means you don't have to fork out that insane $1,900 asking price for the Peacekeeper, which is awesome. Just be prepared to grind a lot if you want to earn the Idris-P in-game, which you can do through Wikelo. Just finish the opening quest and you should eventually see a quest called Special Idris for Killing that will give you a list of items to retrieve in exchange for an Idris-P. It's definitely not a one-man job, but that doesn't mean it can't be done. Number 2, the RSI Polaris. This Corvette-class torpedo boat is an absolute monster you definitely don't want anything to do with if you're on the receiving end. Designed as a flagship militia/naval patrol ship, it's got medical facilities, great accommodation for its crew, and a hangar that's capable of carrying 1 small fighter and plenty of cargo. When it comes to first strikes, very few can punch harder, which is why the RSI Polaris will set you back a whopping $975 should you wish to buy it. You can, however, also currently earn it in-game for free by doing the Wikelo quest, Now Make Polaris Short Time Deal, which will require a list of items for you to retrieve in exchange. Now, if you're already a player and want to grab some sweet military or stealth grade A components for your ships, the QV stations feature a broken down Polaris that makes for some pretty epic fighting if you don't mind some FPS and killing aliens. I'll leave a link to that in the description for anyone interested. Number 3, the RSI Perseus. Even though a lot of people tend to lean towards the new Tiburon for a gunship because it's got more pilot-controlled firepower, the RSI Perseus is just better, way better in almost every way. Sure, it doesn't have the medical facilities like the Polaris or Idris, but if you can put a skilled crew together, nothing will stand in your way. The Perseus is a highly capable heavy gunship with massive turret cannons that can blast a hole in absolutely anything. It costs $800 online or 39.7 million AUC from Area 18 using in-game credits. Out of these top 3, the Perseus is by far my favorite, because even as a duo, you'll absolutely wreck most bounties and the wingman with just 2 players. 3 obviously being the preferred minimum for a crew, but hey, as an introvert, what can you do? Number 4, Crusader A2 Hercules. The premier bomber of the UEE, the A2 has more armor and double the turret firepower of the M2 variant, making it a formidable foe no matter where you go. Carrying 4 Colossus bombs that would make Dolly Parton proud. The only thing the A2 is missing is medical facilities. But whether you use it as an armored vehicle transport or troop carrier / gunship, the $750 asking price is a bit steep on this one. Luckily, you can grab it in-game for 37.8 million AUC from Levski or Orison, or grab the Wikelo Starlifter A2 War Mod for it. Number 5, the Drake Ironclad Assault. One of the more recent additions to the verse, the Drake Ironclad Assault offers insane value for money compared to many ships in the verse. It's a massive, lumbering piece of metal that can not only carry vehicles and small spacecraft, but also have the ability to rearm, repair and refuel them. How cool is that? Note that the ship is currently still very buggy in patch 4.9, but is getting better with every patch. The base Ironclad might not have the repair, rearm and refuel capabilities of the Assault variant, but it's still a solid option, especially for those who like trading or just hauling junk around the verse. It's not currently purchasable in-game, but you can pick up the Ironclad Assault during special sales or events for $650 or the base variant for $600. Number 6. The MISC Hull C. One ship I didn't really want to include because of how buggy it can be at times, but cannot ignore due to the insanely easy profits you make when everything works properly, is the MISC Hull C. If interstellar trading and making lots of money sounds like your thing, this is the ship to get. The absolute best part about the Hull C is the auto loading and unloading of cargo, something I wish they'd give all ships, like yesterday. I love it because it takes the most tedious, least fun part of trading out of the equation, and that's throwing boxes, stacking boxes, looking for boxes. No more. Now you can extract that massive cargo grid, dock, request loading and watch your grid fill up automatically. Fly to the next station to unload and watch the boxes magically vanish as your wallet fills up. You can grab the Hull C for $500 online or 15.7 million AUSC from New Deal on Lawville, which is very attainable. Number 7. The GATAC Railen. Brand new to the verse, the Railen has officially replaced the Hull B on this list as the prime choice for medium cargo haulers, carrying only slightly less than the massive C2 Hercules. This alien ship has some of the best interiors in the game right now, actually feeling alive and lived in. The Railen also comes with built-in tractor beams to make loading and unloading easy, as well as easy access to cargo elevators thanks to the placement of the grids at the rear. Currently, the Railen is only available during special sales or events like Alien Week for $400, though we should be seeing it make an appearance in in-game stores before too long. Number 8. The Aegis Reclaimer. If you're not into cargo hauling but prefer the more relaxing gameplay loops that guarantee a good payday each time you head out, you can't go wrong with the Reclaimer. Salvaging is super easy, relaxing and oh so satisfying, seeing that massive claw fracture and break even the biggest of ships into tiny pieces. It costs $400 online, 30 million AUSC from Lawville, and even has a special version available for 33 million AUSC at Teacher's Shop Levski. You can't go wrong with this one. Plus, it looks absolutely fantastic. Number 9. The MISC Starlancer TAC. The mini carrack that can do it all. The Starlancer TAC is one little gunship that could. Okay, so it's not that little. Regardless, it comes with plenty of pilot firepower and turrets for the crew, a top hangar for a snub fighter, as well as medical facilities with 2 tier 3 beds and plenty of armor. Most light fighters' shots will simply bounce off your reinforced hull, and since you're not the fastest ship, that makes a massive difference. You have space for some vehicles, cargo, plenty of fuel, and a really nice living space, making the Starlancer TAC one of the favorite all-round solo space homes currently in-game. You can buy it online for $375 or pick it up in-game for either 13.3 million AUSC from Area 18 or Lawville, or a special upgraded version through the Wikelo mission, New Move Big Starlancer Ship. Number 10. The Anvil Asgard. Barely clinging on to the top 10, but still more popular than bigger options like the Carrack. The Anvil Asgard is the Cutlass Black we've always wanted, with a whopping 6 pilot-controlled weapons, side-mounted railguns, drop seats, turrets, enough space for a Nova tank, small vehicle cargo, and more. This is a great choice, especially for solo pilots looking for something bigger that can do it all. Well, almost. You can grab the Asgard for $350 online or for 17.8 million AUSC at Area 18. There is also a flight mod for it through Wikelo worth checking out. Now, even though these 10 ships are more than what you'll ever need as a player, there's one more I'd like to mention that's cheaper than all of these, and that's the Prowler Utility. A big, incredibly stealthy ship that can smuggle like no other. If being invisible in something deadly sounds like your thing, be sure to check out one of these videos next and let us know which ships do you think are currently the best in Star Citizen.